Okay. Talking to Rain Willow. Don't know much about them, but I know where they live, so that's something. It's pretty nice out. Nice scenery. I don't think I've come to this part, have I? Yeah, just from over there. Okay, this should be it. The only other actual house here that I know that has someone in it. Time to say hello for the first time again, I think. Where's the front door? I assume this is it. Here it goes.
Be down in a minute. Um, hello?
Uh, hello?
Um,
Oh, hi there.
hello.
Hi. Uh, I don't think we've met. My name's Jay. If you know me, then that's cool. But I'm here to introduce myself to you and hopefully talk to you about a few things.
Who?
Jay Birkenau. I was president here once upon a time. Uh, I think I've heard of you. I don't know if we've met though personally, but I would
Um, I, if we did, I don't really remember that.
maybe something to jog your memory is that when the Conventus first started, they took care of 6 people and put them in a hole in hospital. I was a part of that group.
Ah,
Yeah, Jay Birkenau, guy with the eye patch. That's me. Hence the eye patch.
um, Rain Willow, I guess.
That's you,
But
right?
yeah, I mean, if you came here, you should have known.
Yeah. I I'll admit I do know a bit more than I lead on sometimes, but I do know you're one of the former members of the council, and I'm hoping to meet you and hope to talk to you about a few things. Do you have somewhere to talk? Sit down, maybe.
I do. Come inside, I guess.
Thank you. Nice
So,
place you have here.
um, why would you like to talk to me?
Well, Rain, I'll keep it honest with you. I know that you and a few others were part of the council that started almost a month and a half ago now. Now, short-lived as it may, it was led by friends of yours, Asher and Moss, and you, Puffer, Melody, and Koo were all a part of it, right?
Yes, but like, if I was a part of a group that kind of locked you in a hole for a month, yeah, we're starting off on the right foot.
Uh, I should probably make it obvious. I'm not here to harm you or anything like that. Not in the slightest. Slightest. I am just here to talk. I promise. Um, the the things on that list to talk about is your allegiance with Asher and Moss. Where do you find yourself between them? Are you guys friends, good friends, best friends, hardly friends?
And why, let's start on a different note.
Okay.
Why should I trust you? I do not know you, and I don't believe you know me very well, so.
I don't, and I wish I could meet you under literally any other circumstance, but I know of your place within those people, and I'm here to figure that out. If you didn't know already, there has been a, well, group forming to stop people like Asher and Moss. And I don't know if you're aware of this. I know some people have said that you've been around and gone and whatever, but a revolution has started by a few people, and I myself am a part of it. We're trying to rid the world of Asher and Moss from their evil and what they've done to good people. How they executed both two people, Sesbi and Rob, at two different events within the month and a half they've been in rule. How they put six of us in a hole in Asphodel, a now lost dimension thanks to them, to starve and to die, as well as killing the president and vice president, as well as establishing a new order here in Marigold, and kind of connecting to Evergreen as well in some way or another. So they have a lot on their plate when it comes to things they've done, and people aren't happy with them. I'm sure you know that people aren't all biggest fans of Asher and Moss, let alone the name of
Yeah.
what was once the council. I'm here to
Yes.
make sure that you are trustworthy to a few that want to see things done, justice brought to Asher and Moss, and I want to ensure your safety when it comes to that, as well as Puffers.
So you said you didn't come here to harm me, but what if I said that I'm their friend and I'm on their side? What would you do?
I think there's ways to talk first before a confrontation can happen. I'm not one to jump to killing people with blades or any kind of weaponry like that.
Mm,
I believe there's always a chance for negotiation, a talk, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm only here to talk. Nobody has to die today.
mhm.
I don't wish you any harm, Rand. I know you're a bit younger than the others on the council, but you're just as important. Now, I've spoken with Ku and Melody so far. They've both proven that they're not with the council, let alone Asher and Moss. They've been proven to be safe and for the best of what Marigold deserves. The last two people I've yet to talk to were you and Puffer.
I mean, I don't think you need to worry about Puffer, and I don't think you ever needed to worry about Manderley. I mean, the two of them are the one that dismembered the Conventus. So
Yeah,
I think your talk with Puffer will definitely go well.
I sure hope so. That's where I'm headed after this.
Mm,
But he and I have never gotten along eye to eye back when I was around too, before, Asphodel happened.
mm.
Um, I owe it to him, at least, before we owe it to anybody else, that I at least talk to him. But you're familiar, but we haven't spoken like this before.
No.
Like I said, I wish you and I could have met on a different basis, but
Well, I've heard that you've been around before, Asphodel. I didn't see
that's
why you
fair.
couldn't talk to me, but no blame on
Well,
your side. People are busy in this town, so
I'll admit that while busy is an understatement between me returning to Marigold after leaving for a period of time just to go back to, prison and then Asphodel, I was in over my head in some other objectives of mine. I'm sure you may have heard of them, and if not, that's probably for the best. But yeah, I was not in the place to be making new friends. I
mm,
was very wrong. If there was anything I could have had back then, it was more friends. And sadly, that's why I'm here, is to hopefully establish not friendship with you per se, but more of a trust. You know, prove to me that I can know that you're trustworthy, and I can tell the people that wish harm upon whoever sides with Asher Moss legitimately that you are not a threat, and they do not simply have to worry about you.
well,
If you can
I'm
prove that to me.
not much of a threat, if that's what you want to hear.
No, what I want to hear is the truth. If that's the truth, then I'll take it as such.
I'm no threat. I barely can hold a sword, so I don't think I'm a threat.
Now, this is
And
kind of okay. Continue.
as of being part of the Conventus, maybe I was part of it, but I never really did anything for it. So you don't need to really worry about me if that's what you want to hear.
Okay, that definitely eases me up a little. Sorry if I am being a bit forward with how I'm presenting the questions. I don't mean to intimidate you, but as you know, Asher and Moss have been gone for a period of days now. Do you know anything about this?
No, I have not heard from either of them, so I know
Okay,
nothing
well,
about it.
to clue you in, one day, one person of our revolution, one Meredith Ballard, decided to start things on this particular day by creating a fake letter in the disguise of pretending to be the followers, right? And writing this letter in lieu of the followers, saying that, "Hey, we're going to be attacking Devilstown. You should go protect it." Right now, this letter was hand delivered by Meredith Ballard to J Enterprises, now formerly, C End, Conventus Enterprise, whatever. And Asher and Moss had read the note. Moss decided to leave Asher behind as he would go on to go look at Devilstown and figure what was happening there. While Moss left, though, Meredith snuck in and had a fight with Asher, ultimately killing Asher. Asher is dead, as far as we know. But maybe you've been around here long enough to know that death isn't always the end when it comes to almost anyone here.
Okay,
Am
that
I
is
some-
definitely an information.
I'm sorry if that's the way you found out. A lot of people have been figuring this out as of recently. Albeit because of how many people Asher must have killed. You know, Marigoldians too. The big point here is that Asher has died before once to Wybe, and after being killed by Wybe, he simply woke up elsewhere. It was in Devilstown, and they were in Devilstown together. So now that Asher has been killed by Meredith, we are led to the point that he'd simply wake up somewhere, whether it be in Devilstown again or elsewhere. There's also no way to confirm if that was the last time you can die, so we just don't know about him. As for Moss, before leaving for Devilstown, he took with him Wybe as hostage. And if you know anything about Wybe, you know that Wybe is the vice president of Marigold, also a 17-year-old. His location and his status is unknown, just as well as Moss, for that matter, Asher's too. We haven't heard from either of them, the three of them, let alone any followers. Now, of course, we haven't gone to Devilstown ourselves. We're actually wanting to go to Devilstown to go check it out for ourselves. But I thought we'd start with you and Puffer, as you are the last two people of the council that I haven't talked to, or, for the matter, anyone has talked to.
Well, as I said, I know nothing. I also haven't really been in town, so
Hmm,
yeah.
okay, I'll take your word for it. So,
So,
yeah, I know it's a lot to put on you about Asher and Moss. Whether or not you guys were friends, good friends, maybe not so much recently, it's still a lot to hear. But that is the situation we're faced with. My group, this revolution, wants to bring Asher and Moss to justice. They don't deserve life, right? They've been put behind bars before. It simply hasn't worked out. I'm
well,
sure you can understand what kind of punishment must be carried out to these kinds of people.
I do. But, well, I mean, I'm even if I was still on their side, it would be one person against the group you are referring to. So, even if I wanted to go against you, I don't think I would stand much chance.
If that
So,
is how you feel, I appreciate your vulnerability and your honesty. First off, I'd like to welcome you to be a part of this group, should you wish to. I'm not asking you to pick up a sword and try. I'm asking you to be an ally of ours, to simply be on the side that believes in justice for Wybe, as well as the two people that were slain by Asher and Moss. If that is something you wish to do, that is up to you. If you do not wish to ally yourself with us, all I can ask of you is to remain to yourself and not be an assistance to Asher and Moss at this time until they're found.
Well, would you like to tell me more about that group you are referring to?
Sure, maybe you have some friends that might be in this.
Well,
Well, for
I
one,
don't have many friends here, so I haven't talked to much of people, and the people I've talked to have better things than me, so probably not, but go ahead.
there were two people that were recently killed by either Asher or Moss. Very recently. The few days after they took over, they publicly executed Rob, and at the gala, Asher had a moment and killed Sesby.
Yeah, I've
Now, I
been
haven't
there.
heard, yes. Now, I haven't heard you be any kind of friend with Rob. Were you there to see
No,
it happen?
I don't think I ever met him, and neither was I there to witness it.
Hmm. But I did hear you're friends with Sesby.
We've talked,
Okay.
definitely.
I've also heard that you have also had your time spent looking for Sesby. Doesn't sound like someone not much of a friend would do, right?
I was helping Anna.
Okay. I'm happy to inform you, Rain Willow, that Sesby is alive, and they're fine. They're, in fact, part of this group. But allow me to be frank with you. Something happened with Sesby that's beyond our understanding. Upon dying and returning, they seem to have lost their memory. They don't remember me. They don't remember closer friends. They don't most likely remember you. Everything about them is lost. They're regaining memories, if anything, or it's just a clever disguise for learning something new about someone that maybe they didn't know before. It's a very unfortunate situation. We don't know if there's any procedures or any medication we can give them to help them remember, as it's beyond our control. But just so you know, Sesby is alive. It just may not be the same Sesby you know, but it is them.
Okay. Um, well, it's good they're alive.
You've mentioned Anna by name. Anna's a part of this group.
I mean, when you mentioned rebellion, I knew that Anna would be there, so
Well, she
I
is.
suspected it.
Yep. Any other guesses, maybe? Any other people come to mind that
I
you
don't
think?
know, probably other people that were locked in Asphodel.
Yes, them too. There's a good group of people. We're in the double digits now, and we're gearing up to take the fight to Asher and Moss. Today is the 9th of September. We plan on attacking them tomorrow morning, if they're still in Devilstown. But I wanted you to know that first. In the case that you either wish to join us that day, tomorrow morning, or you simply stay behind and you let us deal with what needs to be done. I leave the choice to be yours.
Well, tomorrow, you said?
Early in the morning. We want to leave here around 6, 7 in the morning, yeah. Just before the sun really rises.
Well, I mean, it would be nice to talk to them for the last time, if I get a chance to.
I'm not saying they're going to be publicly executed right away as soon as we see them, but there will be a chance in case you wish to give some sort of goodbye. I'm just telling you right now that even though it's up in the air, don't go thinking that they're living.
I mean, today I saw MBS in a J Enterprise, as you said, which is now CN. I knew that whatever happens, if you are actually back and alive and it's not just him and Ace, I knew that that's how it's gonna end. I just didn't know whether I was gonna go that one with them. Now I know that I won't.
Okay?
So that's the, I guess, important part.
Listen, later tonight, we're having a meeting at a set of at a set coordinate. Do I have a map on me? Um, no, that's not it. Mm, I don't. Um, do you have a book and quill, maybe?
I don't think I will be joining. I don't think they would like to see me. I mean, if you said people from Asphodel are there, there's a chance that Ben will be there too. I don't think he really likes me right now, if he's alive, right? He is.
He is alive. And to reassure you, Ben and I weren't really all that friendly before Asphodel happened, and we were at each other's throats when Asphodel did happen. But in that time, we've grown closer as not only allies, but as friends. And while I can't say for sure where he falls in with you, the reason I'm here today is, to tell you about what's been going on, but also in the case that you accept to be a part of this revolution, this party of people, I can ensure your safety and you will not be harmed. So I don't want you to worry that if you just choose to show up, that you will not be harmed. I promise you that.
I know I won't be, but that doesn't mean I'll get a warm welcome hug.
There's nothing too warm or happy about these times anyway. It's very rare to even see that with actual friends. But that's why we're taking down Asher and Moss, to reestablish Marigold as what it was. If you do not wish to join us, whether tonight for this meeting or tomorrow for the event, then that is fine. We will simply make sure the news gets to you, maybe sooner than previous occasions.
Is that all?
That is all, yes.
Well, then I will maybe see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, yes. I will, I'll write you a coordinate and I'll bring it back here when I'm done. I'll leave it in your. Do you have a mailbox outside?
No, I think I put one.
If you can leave me a box outside when I make my rounds later tonight before I call it a night, I will
I
drop off
think
a
there's
coordinate
a
for you.
chest outside there on my lawn. You can probably leave it there.
Check the chest either before you go to bed tonight or tomorrow morning around 6 or 7 in the morning, and there will be a coordinate there. That coordinate will take you to the spot where everyone's meeting up. I will be there, and others too.
Okay.
Does that sound agreeable? Okay. All right, Rain. Like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I really wish we met a different way. But you know, I do think I remember when we first quote unquote met. I was about to deliver a speech to Marigold just a few days after I returned. I think you were part of a small group that was outside down a pathway. I don't think you and I ever said much more to each other besides "nice to meet you," but I do know you're from Evergreen, just like Ben. And for your information, whether or not you and Ven remain on good terms after this, Ven has big plans to include Evergreen as part of a connection to Marigold. You know, protection, protect each other, trade routes. If you still wish to choose to live in Evergreen here, or move to Marigold, or remove yourself from this place entirely, post conflict, then I hope you know that, regardless, you'll be helping people have a better future. That's
I
what this is
mean,
about.
you would kill Asher anyways, whether I was on his side or not, so.
Unfortunately, you're right. For me, at least. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna bullshit you, Rain. But whether it's me that gets the dealing blow, that's up in the air. But this conflict will not end until either of them or both of them are dead. But I appreciate you listening to me. I know it's a lot to listen to someone who, just reintroduced himself, but thank you for the hospitality.
You're welcome, I guess.
All right. Check your
Oh,
mailbox tomorrow.
I
Yeah.
will.
And I will leave you a coordinate. And that'll be all. You won't need to bring anything. Okay?
I'll
If you just
bring
simply want to be there.
myself.
Sure thing, man. It was nice meeting you, despite it all. Have a great night, and we'll see you when we see you.
Good night.
Take care.
You too.
Hmm. I don't know what Ven was talking about. They seem pretty nice. On to Puffer.
All right. Next up on my list is Puffer. I think that went well with Rain. I kind of hope it went well. She doesn't think any less of me, but I mean, given we never really talked before, I assumed that maybe it would be a good starting point. However, when it comes to Puffer and he and I never really talked, even when I was, president, pretending to be president when I came back when he was a knight. And, well, he knew about what happened with Asphodel. But if Meredith is willing to take the gamble that maybe Puffer means well, then I suppose I can trust him and at least hear him out. Also, what the fuck is this supposed to be? Some sort of like chicken coop silo, kind of like with a weird roof, whatever. Well, bunch of chickens roaming around. Christ, like free roam or something. Did they just naturally come? Oh, they're all like dispersing now. Sorry, fellas. Anyway, here goes nothing. Can you like get out of my way? Stupid chicken. I'm trying to knock on the door. All right.
1 second.
Hi. Oh. Puffer.
Sorry, that was rude. It's just I am not used to, ex-presidents, also ex-home members coming at my door.
Yeah. I know my death was greatly exaggerated, but no, myself and the others are back. And I'm here to talk to you about one of our acquaintances. You know, Meredith?
Yeah, I know Meredith. What's up?
Well, I know about the plans you two have shared, discussed really, about how you want to help with things relating to Asher and Moss.
Yeah,
I just had to come
that.
hear it for myself. If you'll give me a few minutes of your time.
Yeah, I'd come inside, honestly. Don't, need prying eyes or anything.
Yeah.
Don't worry about all the chickens. They're just kind of
Uh-huh.
here.
Do you run like a chicken home for these guys or something? Or
No, here. Come up here.
Jesus.
usually the first part of the tour that I bring to everybody. Here, just step inside.
Oh, snow golems. Okay.
They prefer the term snowmen.
Okay, snowmen. Hopefully you guys are. They seem really happy. Maybe
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
they're
piss them off.
super happy to see you.
What,
If
what's
they
this?
keep crowding you,
What's this all about, Puffer? I mean, you got chickens running around. You got snowmen in your building house. Is this your house? Do you have them?
keeps me sane.
Okay. Puffer, we have something pretty important in common. Something we're both equally. I can't see you here. Do you have another room where we can talk?
Yeah, I've got a conference room.
Okay. Is this it? Oh, okay.
Nope, this is not the conference room. It's all the way at the top.
Right.
Only
And
the best.
okay.
How'd you get up here?
Oh.
Normally
Okay.
they don't come up here.
Hi, Puffer.
Oh,
It's
hi.
good to talk to you again. I know the last time you and I may have spoke was
Back when I was, Asher's yes man, basically.
wow, you're taking the words right out of my mind. Thankfully,
Yeah,
though,
I mean,
my thought of you as a person or fish, whichever you prefer, has changed recently since I resurfaced, talked with Meredith. Like I said, I just wanted to hear it from you, from the source. You don't want to see Asher and Moss in power anymore, right?
no, honestly, it was fun for the first month and a half ish, whatever this has been. Man,
Oh, you just okay,
they're like pets to me. It doesn't matter.
okay. Don't let me distract you.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. It was fun for a little bit, and then it wasn't. Seeing people die all the time, it wasn't my sort of jam.
Let me guess. Right. It was all fun and games when equal, similar-minded people all gathered together to discuss how much they hate politics just to go into a council together and then not only kill one person but two people undeserving of it.
Especially Wybie. That and then, locking you guys in the hole, that was just kind of
Well,
I didn't even think they were gonna go that far.
if it means anything to you, I don't blame you for what happened there. You weren't there. However, I do know you knew of it.
I did, and I was kind of a watcher. I knew, and I was near the portal when it all happened.
You guided JD and
Just-
YB back?
I guided Wybie back.
Hmm.
JD was Koo's job.
Were you there for when they killed Rob? When they killed Sesby?
Yeah, that also kind of was a setting off point for me.
And then somewhere along then, maybe even between then, somehow, some way, you ended up being found by Meredith, and she took you and talked to you, and she somehow got you to be convinced that this is a plan that's worth your time. And you agree with that.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't
Still
trust you,
tell me-
Puffer. It's just my original idea of you was just being Asher's yes man, but I know you want to be more than that. And coming back from Asphodel with the others, which they've survived, I'll have you know,
That's good.
is that there's something we have to do, and that's taking out Asher and Moss. Meredith says that she can trust you, says you're willing to join our cause to help ensure things stay that way. First, they need to go that way, though. The staying way comes after. For now,
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to bring up a sword. I'm just here to ask you if you know anything, and I mean anything, about where Asher, Moss, and even YB are now. If you even know what happened.
I don't, and I wish I did. It's just
Just before I returned from Asphodel, before I made myself even known to Meredith and spoke with her and then others, Meredith concocted a plan with the other people that lead the revolution, Melody and Zara. They put together a letter forged by the name of the followers. In the letter, it was supposed to say something along the lines of, "We're the followers, we're going to destroy Devilstown unless you come and defend it." When Meredith dropped that letter off at CC End, my old building, Asher and Moss realized that was something they needed to deal with, but Moss went instead. Asher stayed behind. But Moss took Wybie with him to Devilstown. Meredith, waiting for Moss to leave, not knowing that Moss would take Wybie with him, was asking Asher what happened to Wybie. Asher told Meredith that Wybie was right underneath the big Conventus building, the big Blackstone one. I know you have your face on that wall, so. And Wybie wasn't below there. So, understandably so, Meredith returned to Asher's office and killed him. She killed him right there. The questionable thing now is that, like some people now, know that there's something weird with how people die in Marigold. I'm sure you've had your share of it, from what I've heard.
With the whole coming back thing? Yeah.
Yes. However, we don't know how many times Asher has died. We know long ago, even before I even returned from my trip, that Wybie had killed Asher in Devilstown. And now Meredith has killed Asher again. So that leaves Asher on potentially just one life left, or none at all. And nobody's seen Asher to confirm this. On top of that, Moss has taken Wybie hostage. They're both MIA. Presumably to Devilstown. But that's been days. Puffer, it's been almost a week since they've been gone. Actually, it's going to be a week today that they've been gone.
Shit. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is Devilstown. I haven't been there. I've only been there once, actually. And even then, I don't have a good layout of the place.
I've been there before, too. They got tall walls, but it's a pretty open community. I had to stay the night there once before I returned to Marigold. Just before you and I met. But the important thing here is we just don't know what happened to Moss and Wybie. Whether or not they'll show up again. Now, I'm going to let you in on something. Something that I hope you'll find interest in. Tonight we're having a meeting in the place that we call the Sanctuary. A place made for people like us, the revolutionists, the restorationalists, and we're hoping to take the fight to Asher and Moss once and for all. Kill them, Puffer. We're going to kill them. We're going to Devilstown and we will kill them.
I think that's a good idea.
I've told others that there's some sort of mercy or some sort of justice behind it, but wrath needs to come their way. I made a promise to them.
It's what they bring. It's what we need to bring.
I promised Moss myself as he was lowering me into the hole in Asphodel that I'd kill him myself. I plan on killing Moss first, and then, only then, will I be killing Asher. And that's if I get the luxury of killing him myself. Many other people want him dead. I know you do. And I know the people he's impacted want to as well. It's almost a race to kill a guy. You see how devastating this is. For them.
Yeah. For them, not for us. It's a good thing. It means that somebody will get him, no matter what.
We have a group forming in the Sanctuary. All good people. Marigoldians and people alike. People that have been ruined by Asher and Moss themselves. People from Evergreen, from Sandrosa. But mostly people from Marigold. As you know, Rob is dead. Dead for good. It's Sesby who came back. Rob was on his last life. Sesby was not. Sesby is with us, but they lost their memory. They have no idea who I am, who you are, who Asher and Moss are. But even then, they still want to fight. There's good people there, and they want to see them brought to justice, regardless if it means they have to suffer a wrath. What I'm asking you here today is, if you don't have plans already, we have a meeting tonight at this location. I can give you the coordinates. But if you insist on not showing up today, tomorrow morning, at the top of the dawn, we will be gathering at this location, and we will be all going over to Devilstown.
And I mean, it's probably a good idea. I mean, I didn't have anything else planned for the night, so might as well. Also, as a revolutionist, I probably should go, even if I did have plans.
I appreciate that. I really do. But is there anything else I should know about anything? Any kind of information that that you might only have regarding them or
I mean,
anything?
you mentioned a wall, obviously. I do know another way into Devil's Town that probably skips the wall.
Oh,
If you
yeah?
go through the Nether.
That's the
That's the
bad
only thing I
thing.
can think of.
I don't know how often you use the portals around here, but if you use the one by Marigold's tree, you'd know that Meredith and Melody and Zara were the ones that broke those portals.
It's
We have to
true.
walk to Devil's Town, just as much as they would have to walk here if they ever returned.
Huh.
I will give you the set of the coordinates. If you show up tomorrow morning, bring only yourself, weaponry if you so choose to, but you will be in the company of good people. There's a plan in formation. And tonight, at this gathering, we will be discussing strategy. Who will be doing what, who will be where, that sort of deal. If you somehow do miss this meeting, then we would hope that you join us for tomorrow morning, the 10th.
You got it. I mean, I want to see them gone. So, I'll do anything I can to help, obviously.
Okay.
I'll show up to the meeting, I'll help you guys strategize or whatever. It's just, we gotta do this. It's the only thing I can think of.
It's going to be tough.
It is.
We have good numbers already, but we're just hoping that there's a good turnout for the actual deed tomorrow.
I know, and I mean, do you think there's gonna be any casualties besides Asher and Moss?
I'd be lying if I said I haven't considered that a possibility. But, you know what they say, you can't have a war without casualties.
I guess.
All I can do is hope that Asher and Moss don't pull up a fight, and it's a very clear multiple numbers versus just two people.
2 insane people. That's the only thing you gotta think about.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta think it was like that beforehand, where it was 2 people against multiple powerful figures, but they still won. That's how you guys ended up in Asphodel.
yeah. One big trick.
Exactly. That's what they're good at.
Yeah, that's been an idea in my head. What if they're using Devil's Town as a decoy? Wait for us all to get in, lock us out, or lock us lock us inside from the outside.
Exactly. And then they could also just be using Wybe as a trap too.
Wybe's just a
I
kid.
mean,
If I'm not mistaken, you're the same age, right?
yeah.
Well, you're both not even 18. Wybe's a kid. Wybe doesn't deserve to be a hostage for 2 insane people. He's devils. Do you know he was trapped underground for a whole month? No sunlight,
Jesus.
barely any food. He was
Are you
taken
talking
out
about
of...
the jail?
I'm talking about the jail.
Yeah, I know that.
YB and JD shared a cell shortly after we were taken care of. But I guess a little
Yep.
bit after that, YB started feeling sick and was moved to the Conventus headquarters where their solitary confinement room was made for them. YB spent a month down there with no sunlight.
At least the jail had the lava
Yeah.
and, people that they could talk to. Just
Well, JD, as far as I know, is fine.
that's good.
He just needs a good moment to get out. And should things go well tomorrow and Asher and Moss are brought down, JD is freed, and hopefully YB is safe. But that's
All
what
we
we
can
need
do
to
is
do.
hope.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. We do need to just go in there. That's. I'm just worried. I don't.
It's a lot. I've been spending these last few days talking to people, the newer people, and then saving you and Rain for last. I spoke with Rain before this, by the way. just a few minutes ago.
Are they in?
Yeah, they're in.
Oh,
Whether
that's
they can
good.
fight or not is questionable. They're not that good with the sword, so they say. But I know
But they were
you.
a medic.
Right. We need someone like that on our side. And I know you, Mr. What was it? Current head of the Knights now? Not many knights left, huh?
I was the only one for a little bit, so yeah.
You know what happened to Richie? You
Oh
know of
yeah.
Richie.
Follower.
Yeah. Didn't know if that news ever made it to you.
Yep.
And you know what happened to Simon. Simon, which by the way, did you have any idea as to what Jappel was building? Dr. Jappel, by the way? What he was building for Escher and Moss for that thing in Asphodel? The big dinner?
I mean, it was the thing that trapped you guys in there.
Well, besides blowing up the portal that was, above this hole that we were forced into, Jappel was coerced into building an EMP to wipe out all the
Yeah.
nearby portals of Asphodel. And if you know anything about Simon, you know that that man is almost half robotic. Cybernetic
Oh shit,
enhancements.
you're right.
And knocked him off his ass for a few days. And it was only a few days after that that we actually managed to get out of the hole. You may not know this, but in the end, you cannot sleep. And
Oh yeah.
while
That's
we
the
were
worst part about it.
while we were traversing the end, it took a month. By the time we got back here to Marigold and we got situated somewhere in the mountains, a little temporary camp, Simon went to sleep and he didn't wake up. Don't worry, it's not like death. He's in a coma.
Okay.
He's taken care of.
Well, that's somehow worse, actually. Death, I mean, we know it's only a part of our lives.
The reason why we're calling it a coma is because it's not just some long period of time sleep. It's just that he's completely out. He's breathing. Heartbeat's fine.
But he's a vegetable.
Yeah,
He
for the
can't
lack
do
of a better
anything.
word. Yeah. Thankfully, after I spoke with Meredith about you and a slew of other things, Meredith was able to take Simon off our hands while we relocated to the sanctuary, as I mentioned. Simon is now resting under good care from Meredith, who not only practices medicine, but also Anna and Dr. Jappel himself, who feels also just as bad. He will not be able to see what happens to Asher and Moss tomorrow, unless he miraculously wakes up. But I thought I'd let you know that since you both served together.
Yeah, I mean, I never, personally knew the guy, and, we never really talked, but from what I could gather, he was a good person.
He was. I've known him for some time as well. And he means well. But other than that, Asadoni had a quick dance with death, but seems to be okay now. He's around as another knight, technically. He's not really a knight. Ku was. Was Ku sticking with the knights, or was it really just you? After everything
It
went
was
down.
just me.
Yeah, well.
I
Who
was
else was
the only
there?
one left.
There's also MIA at
Yeah.
the moment. He returned with us, but he took off. No one's seen him. Whether he just left Marigold or he's lurking in the shadows again, that's between him and whatever god he talks to. And, oh, I know who else. Totally forgot about them. Sam McCaws. You ever talk to him?
No, I don't think so. I think they were a knight, though, right?
They were a knight. He was the guy with all the military uniform. Always wore like the
Oh,
big helmet.
yeah. I never talked to him. I just kind of knew he was there.
I haven't seen him. Has he been around?
Not that I can tell.
Maybe he did what's for the best and skipped town.
Huh.
He and Richie were friends, but apparently he had no idea about Richie. I mean, they went into business together for the guild, right? Way before we even put together the knights. I thought maybe you'd know about it. Know about
No.
Sam, at least. But, well,
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have much info. I mean, I kind of just... I stuck with Asher and Moss most of the time. I mean, being a yes man doesn't get you answers. It gets you diddly squat in the best of terms.
well,
Yeah.
we're hoping to get something out of this. by doing what must be done tomorrow. And I'm hoping you can help us in some sort of way.
Of course, I'll try my best. If a fight breaks out, which it's very possible it will, I'll help.
I'm not asking you to pick up arms here. I'm just asking you to lend some assistance, whatever's needed. Everyone else is trying to do their part. This is a story people are going to tell. And people want to be on the right side of history, right?
Yeah.
Puffer, you're a good person. I know you were. I think I was just a little blinded, clouded, if anything, from when, you
Nah, I
first
gave you the wrong impression. It's not even you were blinded. I was a dick.
No, Puffer, I was a dick. I was going behind my friend's back and thinking that I was doing the right thing. That taking care of Sharma thing. I broke my trust with YB and JD, and I had to watch them die in that asphodel dinner room. The reason why I'm doing this, the reason I'm trying so hard, is to amend that trust I broke. And I know you and YB were friends, but maybe this will help. That's all we can hope for,
Maybe.
right? Like I said, you're a good person. I put in a good word, but, YB's indisposed. And hopefully tomorrow we find YB. See if they're safe, but for the meantime, I appreciate you hearing me out. And I'm hoping that you can help us out for tomorrow, if you don't show up tonight. That is. Thanks again, and I'm glad we got to talk and actually get to
me too.
understand each other,
You're not so bad when you're not ruling Marigold.
I was a fool to even think I was doing so in the first place. And if I was, I knew I wasn't in charge of it. There was always something there. And that person was Asher. But without Asher, I'm not interested in running in power anymore. Maybe I can finally put it behind me. Go do something else with my life. And maybe you too.
Maybe.
Find something else that isn't, being someone who's in support of someone like Asher. You don't have to drop the whole anarchism thing, but whatever makes you happy, okay? Think of it like that.
Yeah.
You got good in you, Puffer. Thanks for hearing me out. I'll see myself out, but
all right.
But take care, Puffer. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Snowmen and chickens, huh? Nice little place. Okay. Time to go back to the sanctuary. Get out of my nice clothes and into my more recent attire. Gotta go host this meeting and see what comes out of it. Okay. Back we go.